Well, it's autumn. Well, some people like to say fall on the Frugal Gardener's homestead garden. And today I'm going to start things off a little differently than normal. I've been reflecting. I mean, now that summer's over and we're going into fall and winter, this is a time where I usually get a little bit sad and I feel like, I'm the only one out here and everybody's packed up and pretty much finished for the winter. And more and more I'm finding out that that's not the case. My goal is to inspire and educate and encourage you guys. But as it turns out, I'm also being inspired and encouraged by some of you guys. I mean, I want to take this time to, give a shout out to Keisha H, to I Want to Believe, Mitch Baker, Army Vet Lady, Tiffany Govin, and also my buddy from my old neighborhood, Tim Moyer. I can't forget about him. He's the one that actually gave me the coffee grinder that I'm still using today. So I want to thank you guys for sticking with me and encouraging me. Next year will be my 10th year on YouTube, and I'm trying to come up with something, to celebrate. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet. Maybe you guys might have a couple ideas for me. If you do, put them down in the comment section. So we're going to get started with today's video. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to give you guys the number 3 mystery box. I'm going to stop calling them mystery boxes because one by one, they're not mysteries anymore. I'm going to start calling them grow boxes. Get it? Grow bags, grow boxes. The difference is the grow boxes are free. So here's a kind of a sneak peek at what I'm going to do in my next video. This is the total 180 of everything I always tell you guys not to do. I tell you, don't use see-through containers because of the sun, because it dries out the soil faster, and because you can get algae faster. And I always tell you to put drainage holes. I picked this up for $2. I couldn't resist it. I was in, I don't know, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, one of those dollar stores. And where nothing's really $1 anymore anyway, but that's another story. At any rate, I'm going to use this in the next video. So subscribe if you want to see what I'm going to do with this. It's going to be something unusual, something different. When I say unusual, I did this once before, but it was during the summer, and it kind of got lost in the sauce with everything else that was going on. So I'm going to highlight this in the next video, and you'll see what it is coming up. I also mentioned to you guys about this grow box number 3, and I'm going to show you what I'm growing in it and give you guys another chance to guess like you did before. And I actually did get one correct guess. I promise this is going to be much, much easier. So now, on to the video. You'll notice a recurring theme here. And it's a theme that I like to use a lot. And that is, I'm going to ask you guys to do something that you probably already do. And that is go through your trash. Yeah, it sounds unusual. Go and look at containers and things that you would normally throw away. This is kind of my latest. This is working out for me, but the problem is I need to have more soil in here. It's growing slowly. You can see this is it actually is growing. This was a casualty of my garden this summer. You can see where it got slashed, but that's okay because now I'm giving it a second life. And what I'm thinking about doing is actually adding more soil to this so that it can reach the light easier. One of my favorite things to use, I guess you can tell, these coffee creamer containers are awesome in a lot of ways. Number one, you have vertical, and that gives the roots room to grow. And number two, these things are sturdy. I mean, they last for years. This is one I had for a couple of years, you can tell, because all the print is gone from it. And these are some of the newer ones. And again, you know, for you guys who follow my channel, we drink a lot of coffee in my house. So yeah, now this one you might be familiar with if you live in the US, and that is what I get my mushrooms in. So I use these as starters. You can see here I have broccoli starters coming up, and over this one is peppermint, and this is further along. You can see this is ready for transplant. I can trim this down a little bit. This is, I'm going to just pop this out. I usually just pop them out, put them in something larger, and there you go. So that's pretty self-explanatory. But I actually am growing, I guess you can say, growing my own salad, growing a salad bar. We have been programmed, at least in my opinion, to eat soups and, eat to eat stews and soups in the winter and to eat salads in the summer. I'm not sure how that came about. I think there was probably a time where people couldn't get fresh tomatoes and lettuce and that kind of thing in the winter, but now we can get it year round. But I think we're kind of moving away from not eating salads in the wintertime. I showed you guys last year, I did a series on hydroponics where you can grow all this stuff inside with water. Now this year, and you guys know me, I like to experiment. I am going to see how far I can get with growing in these containers. They all have drainage somewhere around here. You can see it on this one. If I turn these around, you'll see the drainage. And this one is romaine lettuce. And these here, these are cone cabbage. Now I did these in starters, then I transferred them over, or you can just plant them right in here and you don't have to go through the trouble of replanting those. But yeah, you can see this one is really taking off. I brought all this out here for the purpose of making this video, but all this stuff is growing inside, inside my house. You're gonna find the south-facing window. That term always confused me. So I just follow the sun, and obviously the sun is gonna be different in the fall and winter than it is in the spring and summer. So whichever room gives you the most light, that's the room that you will use. Mine is the front door where the living room is, and these things are actually doing pretty well. This is romaine. I managed to start, for the most part, labeling my stuff, which I've been pretty bad at over the years, and I'm getting better. This is the one that I am watching the most. Now, obviously, this is overcrowded. These are cherry tomatoes. Can I grow cherry tomatoes in here in the fall and winter? I don't know, but I'm going to find out. So at least two of these, I'm going to keep the large one. I'm going to take the two smaller ones out. You know me, I'm not going to throw these away. I'm going to replant these. I might even put these in my hydroponic system and see how they do. So this is really not everything that I'm growing in these containers. This is the alternative to using grow boxes or mystery boxes. If you don't want to go through the trouble of tracking these boxes down at the store, you might only need to look as far as your trash. So this is an alternative, but it's basically the same. You know, you're taking something that is going to be upcycled, recycled, reused, and you're going to grow food in it. And one of the reasons why that's a big theme for me this fall is Unless you guys been living under a rock, there's a big deal right now in terms of the news with all these programs being cut, being put on hold. They're talking about cutting back on Meals and Wheels. I mentioned to you guys in the previous video that there are 7 million seniors that have what they call food insecurity. It's a cute little term that basically means people don't have enough food to eat. So this is not going to feed your family for the winter, but this will help offset the cost. If you can make a salad, if you have lettuce and tomatoes and I don't know, carrots and in our first, I believe it's the second grow box. I have, what is it? Red Russian kale and Siberian kale. And in the first one, I believe it's lettuce. So you're halfway there in terms of a salad. And I don't know, if you can grow 75 to 80% of what you need for your salad, you're basically only buying, if you want to throw in some meat, if you want to throw in some eggs. I'm very fortunate. We got a bunch of chickens and we don't force them to lay in the winter. So they kind of, slack off a little bit. That's their rest period. But we still have enough eggs to get us through the winter. And we actually share with the neighbors and, and the family. So, you can eat salad. I mean, a lot of people do. And like I said, it's a growing trend. So this is one way to offset your food costs by growing your own salad. Now, this is what I saved, I won't say for last, but for last for this segment. And that's this guy here. And the reason why I say this for last is because this container actually had to be purchased. This is another one of my favorite ways of growing things, and that's using the window box. This is the biggest I could find at the time. You can see it's a little bit battered. I've been using this for years. The original goal of this window box was to plant these cone cabbage. And for those of you who did not see a previous episode, I like using cone cabbage because it grows horizontal. And this is starting to really take off. Now, these were supposed to be starters. I only intended to grow about 3 or 4 in here and space them out. But if I just to do like a quick count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 in here. And I have been reluctant to take these out because they're doing so well. The problem is the root system. Whatever you plant, when you plant it in the ground, I can show you what's happening over in my other garden. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you in a second. It's going to thrive. It's going to, the plants are going to be larger because they have more room to spread out. And in this case, they actually have more sun. Like I said, well, now I have to correct myself. Because I said everything here is grown indoors. That's not true. This is the exception. This is grown on my front porch. And it's because it's cold hardy. It can take a frost. I wouldn't advise you to do that with starters. You can't put something like this outside, but this has been outside for a couple of weeks now, and you can see what's happening. Eventually, I'm going to have to bite the bullet, and I'm going to have to thin these out. I'm going to have to take a couple of these out, and I'm going to put them probably over here. Look at the difference in size. I'm over in my enclosed garden, and it's still, this is incredible. This is early November, and I still have a couple of, they're small, but a couple of cherry tomatoes still coming up. You might remember this from the summer. This is where I grew potatoes, but what I'm growing over here now is cabbage. This is purple cabbage, by the way. You can tell from the veins in the leaves. But the purpose of me bringing you guys over here, there's more tomatoes. I might even take some of these in and stick them in the window and let them ripen. And if they're too small, I can feed them to the chickens. So the size is what I want you guys to see. They're growing larger in a shorter period of time, I might add. And that's because I'm getting the sun for a good portion of the day that's coming in here. So I can't complain. And I even threw some lettuce seeds in here just because, I mean, why not? There's some more tomatoes growing here. I mean, it's been a couple of nights have been pretty cold. It's been down into the 30s. So I'm not going to do too much over here today. Here's more cabbage that I planted, cabbage and collard greens. And over here is my other experiment with the wheat. But again, you know, I don't want to get too far off track. This is what I want to show you guys. It's bigger because, well, more sun, and it has more space to spread out. This needs a little bit of work. There's some weeds in here that needs to come up. That's another story. But let's get back to the finishing off this video. I'm just about done. So as promised, mystery box number 3. And here it is. Like I said, I'm going to make it easier for you guys. I was told that the last time we did this, I moved the camera too fast. Nobody ever accused me of being a cinematographer, so I'm going to hold this over here a little bit longer today. I am certain that most of you are going to get this right. Post your answer in the comment section below. And in the next video, I can't say make the big reveal because this is something that, unless you guys are new to gardening, you probably know what this is already. So, grow box, mystery box, number 3 is right here. And there's a 4. I am seriously considering doing a number 5. A lot of you guys, like I mentioned earlier in the video, a lot of you guys are using these grow boxes. I mean, there are a couple of comments where people had several grow boxes and was growing things that I have never even thought about attempting, like potatoes and a bunch of other things. So what I've done is put a link underneath in the description to my group Facebook page. I have a gardening page on Facebook, and I hope you guys check it out and post your photos. Not just your grow box photos, but any photos of anything that you have growing in your garden, because it's encouraging. I think that it's one thing for people to hear me talk about or watch my videos. Like I said, I appreciate every one of you. But if you post your photos, your pictures of things that you're growing in the garden, I think that that will also help motivate other people to get out there and start growing their own food, or in this case, get in there in your house and grow some food for this winter, because it's more important now than ever. I mean, with the prices the way they are, anything you grow is going to help. So check it out. Post your pictures and your comments, and also your questions. And don't forget, in the next video, we're going to tackle this guy. This is, I guess you can say, my new mystery box. This is something special and something I think you guys may want to try. So in the meantime, thanks for watching. I'm the Frugal Gardener. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. But remember what I always tell you. When you grow your own food, you'll always know where it comes from. See you guys in a few days. Make it a great day.